CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you at 11. Everybody now.
We're back is gone, and then dance.
Tonight, a major scientific breakthrough, a discovery that offers the promise of embryonic stem cells without the controversy. I'm Katie Couric in Miami. Also tonight, it could be one of the biggest gun control battles in decades. The Supreme Court will decide whether a ban on handguns in the nation's capital lives or dies. On the eve of the holiday shopping season, new warnings about potentially dangerous toys. And not so fast, how high-tech kids are overriding their parents' efforts to keep track of what they're doing online.
This is the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric reporting tonight from Miami.
Good evening, everyone. We're beginning tonight with a huge scientific advancement. For several years now, embryonic stem cell research has been one of the most hotly debated issues in this country because while it holds great promise for curing disease, it also involves the destruction of human embryos. But today, scientists announced a discovery that could alter, if not end, that debate. Dr. John LaPook, our medical correspondent, is in New York. John, can you explain what this means?
Katie, it really is a jaw-dropping breakthrough, a way to make human stem cells without destroying human embryos.
This work is probably the single greatest breakthrough in the field of stem cells in the last decade. It inspires a whole new paradigm shift.
In a neck-and-neck race to be first, two different labs, one in Wisconsin and one in Kyoto, report today they've turned human skin cells into the kind of stem cells that can morph into more than 200 other types of cells in the body.
The technologies we're developing with these cells can be used on any patient to harvest cells, grow them up into an organ, potentially.
To do it, scientists dripped a solution with 4 genes into a petri dish containing skin cells. The genes reprogram the cells into stem cells, which can be coaxed into becoming other tissues, like these beating heart cells that started out as facial skin.
We can take a skin cell from any human and make a stem cell line from that human. That opens the door to therapies.
The first application will be to study diseases more closely than ever before.
For studies of disease or drug development or perhaps one day cell-based therapies, these cells are the key.
For example, doctors can take the skin cells from someone with Alzheimer's, turn them into nerve cells, and try different drugs in the petri dish without experimenting on the patient. This technique can be used for many diseases, including diabetes and Parkinson's. Because no human embryo is destroyed in the process, opponents of embryonic stem cell research are applauding.
This way we have the best of both worlds. It's a win-win situation. We can have science go forward full speed ahead, but without killing human embryos.
But stem cell experts say not so fast.
These are not replacements for human embryonic stem cells. They're almost human embryonic stem cells, but we have yet to see if they have the same potential and the same safety.
Stem cells created by this method have the potential to turn cancerous, so it's not safe to put them directly into patients. That's the next challenge, more achievable after today.
These are methods that can now be used by laboratories all over the world, and I guarantee you, dozens if not hundreds of scientists will be jumping on this.
The research community has been ignited by this news. Literally tomorrow, scientists can start using today's discovery to try to understand and cure disease. Katie?
Dr. John LaPook. John, thank you so much. And another medical note, the FDA is looking into reports that the drug Chantix, used to kick the cigarette habit, may actually trigger suicidal thoughts and violent behavior. One death is being investigated. Chantix, made by Pfizer, is a prescription drug that was approved last year. In other news tonight, it's the biggest and most important test of the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, in more than 70 years. The Supreme Court has agreed today to hear a case involving a controversial handgun ban in Washington, D.C. Here's Wyatt Andrews.
Perhaps unbelievably, the Supreme Court has never upheld an individual right to own a gun in America. That may be about to change.
There are drug dealers in the neighborhood.
The court has agreed to hear the case of Dick Heller, who's challenging the 31-year-old ban on owning handguns in the District of Columbia.